Good afternoon. On behalf of the staff, students, school administration, a very special welcome to you all on this Friday, June 17th, 1994. Awards assembly are being held in most schools in our district, and rightfully so. It's time to say thank you to the volunteers of our school and community for the many hours they have given to their respective organization or teams without pay. Without these people, our school would not be as pleasant a place to be, and very often it's the experiences of the excitement of the big game, the challenge of meeting the yearbook deadline, of successfully running the school canteen, the environmental impact, or the friendly advice of a peer helper that really remains with us in the later years. Our society needs more and more people of the kind which we are honoring today. It's also the self-discipline of the athletes, the team spirit, the second effort, and the true spirit of competition which is being highlighted. Sports are extremely important in the lives of us all. Other than the physical fitness and the personal fulfillment, feeling that participation in sports can bring, it also allows us to meet and make new friends, and for those who excel, it can provide employment or at least give you an extra bonus for employment consideration. Again, welcome. It's nice to have you all here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. And now we will move right into the presentation of awards. We will begin with the Student Council, and I call now on their advisor, Mr. Drew Gillis.
Just a couple of changes I want to mention. First, we're kind of excited about the addition of achievement awards this year. It's a break from the traditional medals and trophies. I just want to hold them up and explain it before we start. These certificates of achievements have been prepared with the student's name on it and the area of the volunteer effort that they have made. It's written on also and signed by the administration. Also, the permanent record will still be kept on the wall in the school, and as you see, this trophy here is pretty well filled, but it will be replaced, and it records the recipients of these awards for the last number of years, so that will still be kept, but the student will receive the certificates of achievement. Education can often be a one-way street, with students not being given the opportunity to participate in the decision-making process in schools. Student government is one way students may contribute to that process, and good leadership is essential if that is going to happen. This past year, we're very fortunate to have quiet but very efficient student council leaders who got the job done, that were never in conflict with their peers, staff, nor administration. I'm very pleased to make the following awards to President Jeff Campbell. I'm going to ask each of them, all of them, to come up here together. President Jeff Campbell, Vice President Carrie Ellen Graham, Treasurer Cynthia Daisy, and Secretary Eileen Graham. Student Council Canteen provides a very essential service to students as well as to the staff. The monetary gains, although important, are often overshadowed by the amount of work, and dedication, and responsibility afforded to manager and staff. I wish at this time to thank all those who worked so hard and supported our canteen. I would ask Julie McAkron, our manager, to accept this award for a job well done. Julian's probably working in the canteen.
Thank you, Mr. Gillis. I would now like to call on Mr. Jerome Sullivan, who is advisor for the yearbook, to come forward and make a presentation.
The yearbook staff this year has produced an outstanding book of superior quality. One Last Glance is the result of many long, tedious hours of plain hard work on the part of all those students who so generously volunteered their time. The greatest responsibility for the yearbook rests, of course, with the editor. This year's editor, Mac Moran, willingly assumed that responsibility with remarkable dedication and vigor. Early in the school year, he and his staff organized a very successful advertising campaign, a campaign which reflected tremendous organizational skills, a thoroughness for detail, and a drive to succeed. Throughout the year, Mac dealt directly on many occasions with the yearbook company, Jostens, showing his intelligence, creativity, poise, and maturity. He himself put in many stressful hours, meeting deadlines, and on at least one occasion worked with his committee until after midnight here at the school. My task as advisor was made very easy by the confidence of this year's editor and staff, and for that, I am very grateful. Mac, you and your committee have produced a book in which the entire school and community can take a great deal of pride. On behalf of both, I thank you for a job exceptionally well done. It is my pleasure, therefore, to present this certificate of achievement to the editor of One Last Glance, Mac Moran.
Who will make the presentations for TAD and the Royal Report.
Mr. Sullivan and I decided this afternoon that one of us would be long-winded, and since he took that role, I don't have to say an awful lot. Even though she's involved in a variety of extracurricular activities, she's managed to do a fine job in all of them, and especially the one that I advised. She ran a very, very good program, Peer-Led Education and TAD, and for that I'd like to congratulate her and award her this certificate. Carry on, great. This is the second year for our Royal Report, and this year we started out with a fine committee of reporters, young people going around the school trying to gather up news and information, and then we moved back to our editor. And though we had 2 or 3 individuals who helped contribute to the writing of our report, one person emerged as being very, very creative, and each and every week submitted a report. I think that made ours the best school-based report of any of the schools. And for that, I congratulate and award Loretta Doolittle.
next award to be given is the award for participation in the CIGO program, radio program. And this year's program, we had a number of students who were extremely dedicated, and they did a fine job of representing our school on CIGO. I will now call on Alice Campbell and Debbie Graham to present these awards to Sherry Heighton and Cynthia Daisy. The next person to be recognized is not here as well, and that is the representative from the Environment Committee. And this was a group that was quite active in the school, and they are helping to make our school green, and next year we are hopeful that it will be an all-green school. The award this year will be presented to Mary Ann Campbell. Peer helpers. This year we had set up in the school an organization known as the Peer Helpers, and this was an organization that was deemed to help fellow students in making decisions. It also means someone that they can trust and confide in with their concerns. I will now ask Marion McIsaac and Alice Campbell to make the presentations to the following members of the Peer Helpers. And again, we'll ask you to save your applause until they all have been recognized and have come up. They are as follows: Chad McIsaac, Todd McNeil, Jerome McEachran, Shannon Van Ven, Seamus Gibson, Kara McDonald, Duncan McIsaac, Ashley McIsaac, and Eileen Graham. Will these students come forward? We are now ready to move on to the sports section of our program, and I would like to ask Mr. Francis McIsaac to come forward and make the presentation for senior boys soccer.
This year the boys played in the Internet Skies for a high school league and were very competitive. Although our journey to the provincials was halted by a stubborn Cabin High team on a cold and windy day at Ingonish Beach, it is disappointing for some players, especially those in their final year. But for the players returning next year, I hope it is a valuable experience. I would now ask this year's recipients of our awards to come forward. Our MVP for this year is Jeff Campbell. Gillis.
I would now like to call on Jeff Campbell to come forward and to help me with the presentations for high school girls soccer. This was our first year back in high school soccer since 1989, and I must say it was a very successful year. We made it out to the regionals, and we lost out to the team that was the eventual provincial winners. So the girls certainly proved themselves after a long hiatus. I'd like to thank Jeff, who did the coaching of the team, and I want to add that we had a very dedicated group of students with us this year. They have already told me that they would like to practice during the summer, so we know that the team will be bigger and better next year. I will ask Jeff to make the first presentation for the most valuable player.
As Ms. Graves says, we had a very dedicated team. All the girls came out every practice. I knew from the beginning that we were going to be a good team, even though half the girls hadn't played. I think only one had played. And this girl was our driving force all year. She led our team in goals. She had 12 total in 6 games. Our total record was 2-2-2, and without her, I don't think we would have been able to do as much. So I'd like to ask Carrie Ellen Graham to come up and accept me.
The next award is for most improved player on our soccer team, and I'm very proud to present this award to a girl who really made great strides from the first game to the last, and she really was been cited as perhaps saving a couple of crucial goals in games for us. I take pleasure in calling on Megan Beaton.
I can't see anyone else.
The next award is for dedication and sportsmanship, and this award goes to a young lady who came to all of the practices, never gave up, would run up and down, wasn't afraid to tackle girls twice her size. Kristen Campbell. Now call on Annie Graham, who will present the awards for high school softball.
Thank you, Mrs. Green. The boys softball team this year was very competitive, although we weren't successful in terms of winning many games. We were right there in every game. It's always a bit of a challenge for our boys to get right into softball in the fall after playing baseball for most of the summer. And just this morning, Mrs. McIsaac and I were talking about the possibility of getting into competitive baseball next year. I think that's something that we can look forward to quite optimistically, in view of the fact that we start playing baseball in this area very early and continue it up 2 years. Perhaps that would be more appropriate. But the softball team, as I say, was very competitive. We had good spirit and a lot of dedication. The awards presented for MVP, the player goes to Jason Bond. For most improved player, Jonathan McDonald.
We called upon 6th grade, 8th, and 9th students to be starters, and they certainly met the challenge. It was difficult to choose winners for individual awards because we really had 2 seasons, counties in the fall and provincials in the spring. Our MVP was chosen from both tournaments. She's the reason we were competitive with teams like Antigonish East, and the reason that 9 Port Hood players struck out of counties. If she continues to train, she'll be the top pitcher at counties next year. Our MVP is grade 11 student Juanita Hanson. Played a bit of first base and outfield last year, and she was in the lower part of the batting order last year too. This year she was our leadoff hitter. Opposing teams didn't like to see her get on base because they knew she'd cause trouble when she did. She earned great respect early on at provincials by throwing out a number of runners trying to steal second. Our most improved player, Joanne Graham. The Dedication and Sportsmanship Award was chosen from our county tournament. It usually goes to a player who will do whatever that has to be done to benefit the team in order to get one more base or one more run or to win a game. We had 2 players who had counties slid into bases, they dove for line drives, they just put everything they had into every inning of every game. And they are the 2 reasons why we were even able to go to provincials. They'll both be greatly missed. Dedication and Sportsmanship goes to graduating students Carrie Ellen Graham and Tara McClellan.
High school boys hockey is next, and I call on Judy Gillis.
The 1993-94 high school hockey season, by most standards, was a very successful one for us. While faced with a shortage in personnel, players more than made up for it in determination, dedication, and team play. They worked hard not only in games, but most importantly in practice. The results were 8 wins, 7 losses, 2 ties, and 17 league games. They accomplished this by taking at least 1 point from every team in the league except Kittycam, in a league which consistently wins the Nova Scotia School Athletic Federation A Division Championship. I would like to say how hard it is to pick individual awards when they work so well together as a team. Finally, on behalf of the coaching staff, which included Richard McDowell and David Buckland, I want to thank the team for the respect they showed us. Working hard in practice and being one of the least penalized teams in the league made this a most enjoyable year for us. I would ask our leader, our team captain, our MVP, Stephen Graham, to come to the official role. Most improved player and certainly a very valuable member of our team, Dwayne Cummings. The Dedication and Sportsmanship Award, Darren Beaton.
presented are for high school girls basketball. And we have the coach on the stage, Carl McCarran, but he tells me that he only likes speaking from the bench. So he will be assisted this afternoon by Linda Beaton.
I'm standing in this afternoon for Jean McDonald. She was the staff advisor for the girls' basketball, so in her absence, I'm her assistant. This year we had a very small basketball team, 9 when we were all there, 6 at county, down to 5 after fouling. So we certainly did well. We had a very successful year, and success maybe not in number of wins, but we did win more than half our games. But the girls all came out to play every game. They had fun and they worked well as a team. So I'd like to present the most valuable player to Jennifer McCaffrey. Jennifer would always be depended on for rebounds and scoring from any part of the court. Most improved player was equally merited by Eileen Graham and Laurie McDonald. Ready to play to help us the team in any way they could. And the most dedicated and sportsmanlike award goes out to Carrie Ellen Graham. We all know the trouble Carrie Ellen had to go through to make it to the game sometimes, rearranging her other things. So congratulations, you're a thanks, Carl. He was always very willing to spend time and help the girls, and I think very much.
We will now move to some junior sports, so this time it is junior boys soccer. Mr. McIsaac.
Every year, the junior boys have a soccer tournament hosted by one of the schools in the county. This year, the tournament was in Shettyton, and the competing schools were Zurich, Marguerite, Inverness, and Shettyton. Our team won our first game, and that got us into the championship game, where we ended up losing out the championship. But the day was a very enjoyable day, and everybody had a lot of fun, and there's always a lot of keen interest in junior boys soccer. It's just a little unfortunate they don't get to play more games than we usually get to play. And it makes it difficult choosing awards for this because it's just one tournament. It's not easy to pick out people who should receive the awards. However, I would like these people to come forward to receive the awards for this year's junior soccer. MVP, Ricky Grain. McNeil, who had very exceptional goal. For education and sportsmanship, the award goes to Keith McIsaac.
Russell Cooper will now present the awards for junior boys basketball.
Well, the sad when we were down playing Sarah that he just didn't have the stamina. But every time I put him on the bench, and I wouldn't play him, but because I knew he wasn't feeling well, and he was sick. And every time it came time to substitute, he would look at me with those big brown eyes, something like a gator or something, pleading with me, put me back on. Anyway, the most improved player, we have to go to Adam Powers. Now, the last award is one for dedication and sportsmanship. This is a fellow that thought he didn't want to go out for the team. He thought he was too short. Basketball, I guess most of the base people are fairly tall. But I asked him how tall he was, and he said, well, I'm 5'4". And I said, well, you're already an inch taller than somebody that's playing in the NBA, so you probably have a shot at it yourself. So anyway, I'd like to have the Dedication and Sportsman Award given to Chris McDonald. Sorry to interject this, but I just wanted to, I'm always so proud of our school. Anytime we go somewhere, we have such good athletes and we have such well-mannered children. It's a pleasure to take them anywhere. And when you do, everyone wants you back as a team or as an athlete or else, whatever. We have two people. Dave McIsaac is the main coach of the RABA baseball team. And this is in conjunction with what Mr. Graham was talking about earlier. We do develop good baseball players. Now, this RABA team has just had two juniors from our school make the team. Now, these guys are playing with kids that are, or men that are probably 22 to 29, and in some cases 55. But anyway, Jason Vaughn and Sheldon McDonald have both made the RABA team. So I thought that was...
Thank you, Mr. Beaker. Janet McCarthy will now give some presentations to junior girls, upcoming athletes.
While we didn't put a lot of time into our junior programs this year, we felt the necessity was not as great with the number of girls from grades 8 and 9 participating on our high school teams. Many of them were not just participating either, they had starting positions on senior teams. With young players like these, we were sure of great success for many years in girls' sports. We have today awards for most promising player from 3 senior teams. Most promising player for senior girls soccer, grade 9 student Amy Graham. Promising player for senior girls softball, left fielder, grade 8 student Anita McNamara. Most promising player, senior girls basketball, grade 9 student Lisa McIsaac.
I'm pleased to now call on Brian Tracy, who will make the track and field presentations.
I'm involved in track and field now for maybe 10 years. And as you know, Judith won the meet this year. First time since, I think it was 1984. like to take this opportunity to thank all the athletes, the track athletes, for giving me a chance to finally get to hold the trophy over there and say that I won a track meet. So thank you. Before I give out the individual awards, I'd like to mention a few athletes in each division that didn't come out with the final individual award, but deserve to be mentioned for their accomplishment over the spring. For junior boys, Venus Vandervan, maybe you could stand up or something. For junior girls, Adina Maximel, for intermediate girls, Kelly McLean. For intermediate boys, Sheridan Gillis and Jeremy Gillis. Senior boys, Kenzie Campbell and Bradley Gillis. For senior girls, the senior girls relay team. Eileen Graham, Jeremy Bowman, Joanne Graham, and Kelly Van Dyke. Okay, now for the individual awards for each division. For junior boys, they finished 1 point behind the other in overall points at the counties. It's tough to pick one, so we're given two. Barry Campbell and Greg McDonald. Finished second in Nova Scotia in junior girls high jump this year, and there's no doubt in my mind she will represent Nova Scotia at the Canadian Legion Games this summer. Shannon Vademan. Intermediate boys, he finished third in 400 meters at provincials, and I watched the race, and if the race was 410 meters long rather than 400, he certainly would have won it because he was catching everybody the last 50 meters of the race. So Jason Bond, can you put intermediate girls, this division is also shared by two athletes, first cousins, Shannon Graham and Amy Graham. Okay, senior boys. A first and 2 seconds at counties, and the 2 seconds he lost to a guy that went on to finish second in both the 15 and 5,000 from Sydney. This guy's from Sydney went on to finish second in the 15 and 5,000 at provincials. So I'd ask Robert McDonald to welcome you. We've got a letter here concerning the senior girls, actually. Before I give the award, I'd just like to read it. Addressed to Mr. Isaac. And read, attached, please find the most recent Claire McClellan, your school set the record for the triple jump in 1993 with a jump of 10.87 meters. I apologize for the error in the 1994 results, which were previously forwarded to schools, and ask that you clarify this with Ms. McClellan and extend my congratulations to her as well. Thank you in advance, and it reads J.P. O'Flaherty, the Executive Director for Track and Field. So, before I give the award, I'd just like to mention that you won't see a better athlete come out of, I don't think anybody has seen a better track athlete come out of Inverness County, except it started, whenever it started, years ago. But as far as dedication and hard work, and she's such an example to all the younger athletes that really might have a chance to make it in track and field. It just shows that hard work and dedication is something you really have to do, and you do get results if you do this. And obviously, she gets results, so I'll ask Tara to come forward. Now I have the overall awards for boys and girls. These are pretty self-explanatory usually. Track and field is something where you pretty well know. It's not like, it's kind of an individual sport in a way, but when it all comes together, it is a team sport. But, so most people know who are going to receive these awards before they're even given out. But anyways, for boys, J.C. Bond, overall MVP.
I now call on Mary Willis to come forward to help me with the next award. The next award is a very special award for us, and I want to emphasize that although they do not compete at the school and the county level, with most of you, they do compete, and they compete very well and in tough competition at a regional event in Antigonish every year. And this year, I would like to tell you about one of our special athletes, and that athlete is Joan McDonald. At the regionals in Antigonish, Joan was first in the standing broad jump, first in the shot put, and fourth in the 100 meters. Congratulations. Is not with us, but she also competed in the regionals in Antigonish, and she placed first in the standing broad jump, second in the softball throw, and second in the 50 meters. Congratulations to you, ma'am. Thank you, Mary. Congratulations. I'd just like to remind all of the athletes that the certificates that you were presented with this afternoon are very special certificates. I know that it is something that you will want to keep over the years to show your sons and daughters so that they will be proud of you, and I'm sure they will. So the certificates are ideal for framing. So when you go home tonight, remind your parents that they must find some frames for your new certificates. The next awards to be presented are the Coaches Awards. And I think as you will listen to the names as they are being called, you will realize that this is not just a school effort, but it is a community effort as well. And we are always ever so thankful when the community will come and help us out in any individual sports. I will now call on our principal, Mr. Murphy, to present the Coaches Awards. boys basketball, Mr. Russell Bucher. For track and field, Mr. Brian Tracy. For track and field, as well as high school boys hockey, Mr. David Buckley. For senior girls soccer, Jeff Campbell. For senior girls basketball, Carl McCaffrey. The following could not be with us, but we are certainly grateful for your assistance: Richard McDonald, Stephanie Graham, and Basil Graham. Okay, now we move on to the highlights of our day. And for the next special awards, we are pleased to have with us for the next one at least a representative from the Nova Scotia School Sports Federation, and that is the Regional Director for the Highland Region. I'd like to call on him now, and he will be assisted by Mrs. McKay. That is John Davis.
Very pleased to be here to represent Tom Long, Chairman of the Board of Governors of the Nova Scotia School Athletic Federation, and the other members of the Board of Governors. Last time I was here for awards presentation was for the presentation of the UA Noble Award to Leo McNell. That is the most prestigious award that the School Athletic Federation can present. And at this time, in this place this afternoon, the award that I'm going to assist in presenting is no less prestigious. It's for the Student Athlete of the Year. And it's an award that goes to a student who best combines academic excellence, athletic excellence, and leadership. It is an award which is endorsed by the Nova Scotia School Athletic Federation because it is, after all, what we are striving for. It is to be given to a grade 12 student as voted on by high school teachers.
We have some students who have achieved well academically this year, and some who have reached excellence in athletics, and others who have been true leaders on various committees and teams. However, very few have been able to find time to combine all three of these qualities. There is one student who best fits this description. Her athletic excellence has already been proven here today, having received several awards in various sports. This student did not just participate in these teams, but was an integral part of each one. Her leadership qualities have also been displayed over the year by her participation in almost every committee and team we had. Her academic average of 94.0 is among the top 3 of the graduating class. Student Athlete of the Year is Carrie Ellen Graham.
Today.
The next major awards, and the last 2 awards for this afternoon, are the Male and Female Athlete of the Year. The trophy itself remains in the school, and it is the largest trophy that you see on the table, and the names will be engraved on there, and it is called the Cedric McDonald Memorial Trophy. And for those of you who are too young to have remembered or to remember Cedric was a top athlete and a student at this school who was tragically killed in an industrial accident at Astoria in Port Hawkesbury. We are pleased to have with us today Cedric's parents, who will assist Mrs. McIsaac and Mr. McIsaac in presenting the male and female athletes of the year.
This year's male athlete of the year, like previous recipients, has been a very active athlete throughout his high school years. He has been a strong contributor to all teams he has played on, particularly hockey and soccer. In both of these sports, he was always an offensive threat and scored many key goals for us. He'll be greatly missed on our teams next year, but we wish him the best of luck in the future. And at this time, I would like to call Jeff Campbell to come forward.
Yeah.
This next award goes to our top female in athletics. Having competed in 3 of 4 sports, she has made her mark in each one. In basketball, she can be described as the catalyst, controlling the tempo of every game. In softball, she was the greatest threat in the league on the base paths, and her outfield coverage was that of 3 players. In track and field, she was the best in the county in her division, holds the provincial record in the triple jump, which she set last year with a jump of 10.87 meters. She'll be greatly missed next year, and we wish her best of luck with her future plans. JCHS Female Athlete of the Year for the 2nd consecutive year, Tara McClellan.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you today our guest speaker, Carrie McDonald. Carrie graduated from our school in June of 1991 and distinguished herself while being here by being selected as Female Athlete of the Year for 2 consecutive years. She has now completed her 3rd year at Nova Scotia Teachers College, and she has also excelled at college sports. And that includes basketball as well as soccer. For 3 years, she has been selected to the first All-Star team. She has been named Rookie of the Year, and she has distinguished herself by being selected as an All-Canadian basketball star for the past 2 years. Students, ladies and gentlemen, Carrie McDonald.
Good afternoon, teachers, students, distinguished guests, parents, ladies and gentlemen. I was asked to come speak to you about some comments, but I was nervous and unsure what I was going to talk about. I decided to share something with you that has been very important to me in both school and athletics, and that is dedication. I seem to walk into the time when I would speak, and dedication has been so evident this year at JCHS with your accomplishments in the county track and field meet. The last county championship, as Brian mentioned, was about 10 years ago, and I think I was in grade 5 or 6, maybe a spare for the 800 or something. But we usually had to settle for 3rd place behind Madeline and Renat the years that I competed. Many people who were on the team with me are still on. It was through a lot of hard work and dedication all those years that you were able to bring the title back to Jody. This goes to show that hard work and dedication will pay off. Being dedicated to sport is very important, but more importantly is how you as an athlete are able to dedicate yourself to both sport and academics. Throughout high school, I was involved in many different sports, which I really enjoyed. When I went on to college, I knew I wanted to continue on with sports, but being an average student in high school, I was concerned about whether or not I could handle it. I was wondering if I would be able to play basketball and still be able to do well in school. I really wasn't sure. With hard work and a lot of scheduling on my time, I was able to do both. My next year in college, I decided to play soccer as well. I was a bit skeptical about this, since I had only played 2 games in my whole career, and one of those we lost 11-0 to Cat High. Not only that, the basketball season and soccer season would overlap for a month. Time is everything, but I really wanted to make sure that school was not shortchanged. School was my priority and did come first. Throughout high school and college, success for me came from all the encouragement I received from teachers and all the dedication and pains from all the great coaches I've had. Whether it was Miss Kaiser, who was 7 months pregnant at the time, carrying us up to Halifax and track meets, and in her condition still being able to beat us to the finish line, or Russell, with all his connections, planning your future athletic career. Coaches and teachers mean everything. It's that dedication and enthusiasm that makes you want to succeed. Throughout college, between basketball and soccer, we won 3 conference championships. It was great to see hard work paying off. Along with conference championships came the nationals. It was at each that I was able to learn quite a bit about losing very quickly. It taught me to work harder and to want to improve. Whether winning or losing, each was an experience in itself that I would not change for the world. Finally, to graduates and upcoming students, if you're considering playing on a varsity team next year, I would say go for it. You will never know if you could succeed if you don't at least try. This doesn't just become a sport, but anything. If you want something badly enough, you work hard at it, you can accomplish anything. On that note, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all my past coaches and teachers. Along with dedication, you need encouragement, and that has always been very evident here at JCHS. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carrie. When Carrie was here, we always appreciated her athletic abilities. However, we never saw her out as a public speaker. But keep it in mind, Carrie, we'll be back for you. I would now like to call on Tara McClellan, who will officially thank Carrie.
On behalf of all of us here, we'd like to thank you for spending the day sharing your time and all your learning experience.
That, ladies and gentlemen, concludes our program this afternoon. We thank you very much for being so attentive, especially the young students on such a warm afternoon. Congratulations to all the recipients of awards, and thanks again to all the coaches. Will all the MVPs and those who got the major awards, please stay for pictures. The MVPs and the major award winners.
You have to go out more.